You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Miriam Gonzalez and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Eastbound and Down After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Eastbound and Down After Show.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah. Hey there, Powers Nation. Bing is for doing, and we are doing another AFTERBUZZ after show.
There you go. You got it. You got it.
I always get posted on that. We're doing another
Take two. Go.
AFTERBUZZ post wrap-up show for Eastbound and Down, Season 4, Episode 3, Chapter 24. I am Miriam Gonzalez. These are my darling co-hosts. Kellie, hi.
I'm Christian Rosenberg.
And tonight's episode, we are just catching back up from last week where Kenny Powers absolutely nailed it on Sports Sesh, where he just took down Dontel. What was his last name?
Wasn't it?
Oh, God.
Oh, I can't remember.
Dontel. Well, anyway, Dontel went down and left the seat. He left the set, you know, kind of having a little fit. And so tonight's episode, we see Stevie and April and Kenny Powers walking through the parking lot, absolutely ecstatic that he nailed it on Sports Sesh, and to the point where
Stevie a little too excited over it.
you know, he's just so inappropriate, and his love for Kenny Powers is just I mean, I thought I had an unhealthy obsession with Kenny Powers.
No, you're good. You're good compared to him.
His is just like beyond.
Well, not only that, just his comments and what he thinks is an appropriate celebratory conversation to have with April. You know, talking about, oh, did that make you wet? Because if I could, I would get wet. Like, that's terrible. To the point where even Kenny is like, whoa, dude, why are you talking to my wife like that?
And he's like, I'm sorry, Lady Powers.
And he like bows down.
Yeah, excuse me, Lady Powers. My apologies for the vulgarity.
He's like, no, just call her April. Like, what's the matter with you? And he gets all excited, punches out the car window, starts going crazy. But I think my favorite part of that was April's reaction. She's like, I'm going to go home now. Bye, pumpkin. As he's like sitting on the car screaming.
Yeah, in typical Stevie fashion, he's not running away from whoever's car that is that he just bashed a window. He's screaming and lying down on the hood of it, trying to get more attention to him.
I personally would not want to be on top of the car that I just punched.
No.
Probably not. Why did an alarm not go off on that car?
It probably didn't have one.
I don't know. It's in a nice studio.
Yeah. Very trustworthy over there.
I guess. At Sports Sesh, they're very trustworthy over their cars.
Yeah.
Well, where's the security guard? Where was the security guard?
That's another good one, right there.
She was all up Kenny's butt the last time he was there. Where was she?
That's true. That's true. Well, it was definitely a great open. And then, you know, we go to the celebratory home time that they have, where it's April and the kids. Mm-hmm. And Kenny and his little speech, which was just... He's just darling. He really is.
I don't know if I would call him darling, but that's cute.
Well, no, I mean, for me, like in Kenny Powers fashion, I love him for the way he goes and he makes these little rhymes. I mean, Kellie, you probably can quote him more than I could.
Maybe.
Well, Kenny Powers is the best at not realizing how arrogant and selfish he sounds.
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, that's just what makes any one of these toasts or monologues or whatever he does just always so spot on.
And that's what I love about him.
Yeah.
Because he's so douchey about it.
Well, no, it's definitely funny, and I like how he's trying to get the family involved, and he really is excited about his newfound fame, and he wants to spread the wealth. He wants to share, and then he wants to, you know, everybody to be excited. He's got everybody gifts. They do a cheers to daddy, which is super cute, and he starts passing out gifts, and he gives, the thing that I found funny is that he gives April a scented candle, and he gives Shayna a Louis Vuitton backpack.
I know. I mean, like, that was a very extravagant gift for his little...
Hey, we don't know how expensive that candle was.
True.
We don't know the price tag
I mean,
on
there
it.
better be diamonds and gold inside of it.
Well, the thing that he did say is that now that they can afford to buy things that are made right. So this was, a candle that was made right.
Diamond-scented candle.
It better be wrapped with a trip to Paris or something, airline tickets.
What about Toby's spirit guide?
Now, first of all,
What up, Dakota?
Dakota, the real wolf that he got from an Indian?
An Indian on Craigslist.
A Craigslist Indian.
Oh my goodness. The thing is chained. It doesn't have papers. I mean,
It's a real purebred wolf. It's a spirit guide. It's Toby's spirit guide to help him grow into a man.
the look on Toby's face, it was priceless.
Well, yeah, because what was great was he started scared, and then when Kenny started talking about, well, because I'm a big TV star now, so I'm going to be out around, so you need a father figure. And he's calling the wolf a father figure, which is just hilarious in itself. But as he's, again, going with the spiel, you look at Toby, and Toby's starting to get more confident and, ready to stand up to this freaking, rabid wolf that is trying to break these chains.
What was he chewing on? It
It looked like a chicken bone. It looked like some kind of bone.
It looked like it had, I don't know, more than just a bone. It was meaty and alive.
I don't know what it was, but it was really funny because Kenny does not get that this dog is about to attack his family. This wolf is about to attack his family. He's just like, I'm a television star and I own you. Talking to this animal.
It is amazing to me, just the things that come out of Kenny's mouth. And then the things that he does that he feels confident in doing as far as going and getting a actual wolf for his 5-year-old child. And April goes and she calls him out and she's like, do you really feel that this is an appropriate gift for a 5-year-old kid?
Well, he did get him a PlayStation when he was 1. So he doesn't really
That's true.
understand.
All right.
The appropriate gifts.
He's not really good at that.
Doesn't really get it.
No.
You can't be great at everything.
Well, he did. When it comes to gifts, he did do the appropriate gift getting as far as when it came to going to work, which we see him now. It's his first day back at Sports Sesh, and he goes and he gets gift baskets for everyone. And I like his little speech that he gives Stevie in the parking lot. As far as it's the first day at school, and he's the new wild card, and he's so excited. And he opens up the trunk of the what's the car again?
Oh, is it a Viper?
Yes, the lime green Viper.
That he kept, apparently.
Yeah, was it $90,000 Blue Book value?
Yes, but he got it for 80.
Oh, well,
It's a good deal.
that's a deal.
That's a good deal.
That's a great deal.
But he did get appropriate gifts for the people at work. So he seems like he's starting to have a little bit of common sense kicking in, little bit.
And then we put in the autobiographical script.
His screenplay.
Excuse me,
because he is a
screenplay.
screenplayist.
Screenplay. He's a screenplayist, yes.
He's been working for years on this now. I mean, we've seen it from season 1 into season 2, where he was working
Voice
out.
recording.
Yeah. So he's excited about his life story, and he wants to share it with Guy. And I like how when he goes and he brings in this Harry and David gift basket with Moroccan oil and such, that Guy even has a gift basket for him as well.
So they trade baskets, which was nice.
And they
very
both have goofy
professional.
sidekicks.
Yes.
I was just about to say that. They really do. I think it's like protocol.
Yeah, well, and it's really funny because when Guy meets Stevie, he's like, who's this handsome? What did he say?
He called him a
again?
pumpkin also.
Yeah, who's this handsome pumpkin? Is this your buck buddy? And and Stevie's like, I wish. Oh, Stevie.
Once again, a very, very weird thing going on there. But Stevie's always had that kind of oddly sexual
Obsession.
attraction and obsession with him.
Totally.
From the first day of school.
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
first day when he ran to him in the parking lot at the high school.
Yeah.
Whatever, yeah.
Ever since. It's just funny, their whole relationship. But the basket from Guy had a coupon book for activities around town, and he sees that they have water park passes, so he's really excited to go to the water park, and he wants to take his friends and and his family to go have a good time at the park, and he just really is going too fast with spreading his wealth. I mean, he literally just got signed to this deal, doesn't really know how long it's going to last.
But he's done that with everything.
Exactly, and
has.
that's kind of what's a little bit scary here, because he walks in with these gift baskets, which is great, but all of a sudden, here I am, the wild card to help get your ratings up. And they're like, hold on. The ratings are fine, but thank you. And he's like, they have a little bit of a back and forth about that, because he's, well, I'll just make them better. he's already kind of stepping back up on that high horse that he was at, which means he's not really that much different this time around, is what it's looking like.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he wants to feel like he has something to add to it, and the cockiness is definitely still there. But I think that Guy knows Kenny well enough to know, like, it's all good. Like, let's just focus. And he says to him, he goes, why don't we just keep the eye on the prize? And, you know, like, lights. And Kenny says it. He goes, you know, I'm going to focus on the lights, the camera, and the action. And I think that Guy is somebody that Kenny can look to kind of keep him here.
I hope so, because when he comes in with that attitude and the way he talks to everyone else, it's not kind of the way it comes across. Is because the way that he is and the way he's always been throughout the 3 seasons in his teams, he's always the #1 player. He's the one that does it all. Nobody can get anything done without him. And if he's not there, everything goes to shit. And that's always been his mentality. So coming into that green room with that, oh, I'm here, your ratings are only going to get better because I'm about to open you up to a whole new world of fans, is just for me like kicking that mentality back in. So I wonder how he's going to kind of check that.
It'll be interesting to see how that comes about.
Yeah, I
Only
like
because
the way the Guy handles him and kind of takes him back down, and because he needs that, and nobody has ever been really able to do that.
Absolutely.
So that they may be a good yin and
Yeah,
yang there.
being goofy yet humbling.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I think that for some reason, I just feel like this dynamic now is going to be a lot different, only because he's been out of the game for so long. This is a softer Kenny, even though he still has that douchiness, that cockiness that he's had over the years, and he can walk into a room and still be that guy. We saw it in the last couple episodes when they were at, you know, the club, when he ordered the Sex on the Beach, and, you know, he's a little more here, even though he has the potential of being up here. With his attitude, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So
but
I
remember,
feel
that
like
was before he had the big television dose of fame.
Yeah,
so
that's
that's
true.
a little bit before then. I still don't think he's back 100% to the arrogance level to where he was before.
Yeah.
But I think he's climbing that way back up, and I'm hoping that Guy can kind of keep him leveled at where he needs to be and be a team player rather than be, in his mind, the one that's always stands out, because sometimes he does, but sometimes he doesn't, and he needs to learn that he's got, you know, even within his family and all that he's part of a team. It's not just him.
Yeah,
that's going to be a fun struggle for me to watch, is like how he's able to do that, and if he is,
if he's
And how he compares it to baseball, because
Right.
again, with like the whole baseball team being on the roster, just being a member of the team, which obviously he wasn't the best at doing. So,
that's true.
not even in Mexico.
not even in Mexico.
Poor Kenny. But he tries. He definitely tries. And you know, we see him go after, you know, that interaction. He goes and he takes these water passes, and now he goes and he buys more, which we find out later. He goes and he buys more, and he tries to make amends with his family now, which his approach is just never... He doesn't know how to do things like in a nice, gingerly way.
Are you saying breaking the door down and trying to rob your brother's house is not the right way to do things?
You know, with a pantyhose on your head?
After you came back from the dead.
And made, you know, an ass of your entire family with, you know, a funeral and all kinds of fun stuff. No, not really.
Really?
Not really.
Oh.
I don't
His
think...
brother
I guess call me
is
old-fashioned then.
really
That's what I
holding
do.
a grudge.
I don't think that's appropriate. And of course, you know, they're not going to go and welcome him with open arms. Like, hey, welcome back, Kenny.
Well, not only that,
we
he
missed
busts
you.
in on the GED celebration.
Oh my God. And then, of course, you know, the way that he says it too, he's like, oh my God, did you graduate high school? And it's like, no, he just got his GED. And then of course, he puts him down. He's an asshole about it.
I just can't get over how much that kid has grown over the years of the show.
Oh, he's huge.
He's a
so
giant
tall.
now.
He's so
Big
tall.
kid.
Yeah, he is.
And that kid worshipped him too.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
worshipped. Remember, like that in the beginning at the first episodes, he's like, "You get to pick one item out of my truck."
Yeah.
One item out of my truck, and then he like totally makes fun of him.
Yeah.
So it's not cool. But you know, he goes and he tries to make amends with his brother and his, you know, sister-in-law. And of course, when he offers the passes, his sister-in-law is like so elated. She's like, you know, she's happy about it. She's
So are the
like,
kids. They're ready to take it. You could buy us back in, and his brother is not having it.
he's not having it. He's not having it. And I mean, is there even any way for them to even make amends at this point?
Well, they can be, but it has nothing to do with materials. Like,
No.
Kenny just has to kind of realize he has to own up and apologize and actually just talk with nothing to do with money or trips or whatever.
Can't buy love.
But he doesn't know that, and that is going to be the interesting
Exactly.
thing. He doesn't really get it. And even when he went back to April after, I mean, it was this big dramatic thing that he did. He always feels like he has to do some kind of show, put on some kind of show in order for people to like him or to show how much he cares about someone. He doesn't just get that it's a simple thing. You don't really have to, give material things or, go pretend to kill yourself or, things like that, that it's a simple conversation that you can have. You apologize. You say how much you care about that person. It's personable. It doesn't have to be materialistic.
I think what it is his perception is off. Mm-hmm. It's when it comes to perception, people feel like they have to be up here when it comes to certain things, when realistically, like you said, you don't have to glorify something. You don't have to buy someone's affections. You don't have to one-up the situation.
Right.
It can be as simple as, I'm sorry, or as simple as it's you don't have, it's what you said.
And we never saw him apologize to anybody.
He doesn't know how to say I'm sorry.
No, he doesn't.
He's very what's the right word? He's very prideful.
Well, and you got to look back when we met his parents. His dad never said I'm sorry. When he finally met his dad and that whole thing, his dad never said I'm sorry. He actually tried to kind of F him over all over again.
And run
a couple of times.
Yeah, several times. Run out at him, run out at his mom.
So it's really all that he kind of knows. And so seeing him with his own family is pretty interesting. And we're also seeing a little bit of, Toby being aware of these situations. Ooh. And even the way he described him in the first episode was that he thinks he's the man of the house. He's like, F him. And they don't really, there's a push and pull of authority struggle there.
Yeah.
And so with what we saw tonight, with Toby kind of overhearing his little prayer in the middle of the night, and then again in the morning, I think there's going to be some friction there. Toby's going to kind of man up a little bit and kind of go toe-to-toe with his dad, I think.
I think he's just going to slip up and just say something because he doesn't know any better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think Toby's going to be a little blackmailer.
But I think he does know better. I think he does know a little bit better.
Kids at that age are very, very smart. Mm-hmm. They're very, very smart. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I thought it was, once he goes back and they're getting ready to go to the water park and they're packing. First of all, I love that he, Sky Mall and the robot. Love the robot.
It's necessary.
Yule, the dancing robot.
You need it around the house.
I personally want a robot like that. I'm going to go to Sky Mall and buy Yule the robot.
So you can dance with one? You just sit and dance with a robot?
And then just send him on his way. Just send him on his way.
I'm done with you. Go.
I mean, and April's like, dude, I can't even talk to you. You're like dancing with a freaking robot right now. Like, what's that all about? But she's having a conversation with him, and she's torn about this whole thing because she even notices that he's trying to buy this whole situation.
Yeah, I mean, his brother doesn't believe he can change. He thinks he's just going to do the, blow it all up the way he did the first time. And April is wanting him to take it slow. Not necessarily, on the same side as his brother, but just, let's take it step by step, day by day. We don't have to go,
Well, she's seen him blow it.
Right.
She's seen him blow it multiple times. And now that they're married with kids, she definitely doesn't want him to screw it up again.
Yeah.
So she just wants him to take a breath, take a beat, slow your roll a little bit. And he just wants to, and then he rationalizes by it's just the water park. Like, it's not that big a deal. It's just the water park.
It is. I mean, it's not
If you don't count the robot in the car and the Louis bag and the wolf, then yes, it's
the
just
scented
the water
candle.
park.
Well, I'm sure on Craigslist he got a good deal for the wolf.
It's probably not that expensive. Tell us what you think. Do you think Kenny Powers can change? Will he change, or will he remain the same? Because we saw a lot of things going on there. Go to iTunes, download us, comment, rate. Tell us
5 stars.
5 stars. 5 stars.
You can leave comments on YouTube as well.
Yeah, you can.
To read your comments. So please, please, please.
Yes.
Let us know.
Definitely. So we go to the water park now.
Party at the park. I want to go to that water park.
That water park was awesome.
They have booths water
that
slide?
funnel slide that they went in.
Have you ever been on one of
No,
those?
that's badass.
They are awesome.
I want to go on one of those so badly.
I went on one in they have like a water park like that in Palm Beach, Florida,
Nice.
and it was awesome.
I haven't been to a water park in years. Last one I went to was in Texas before I moved out here, but I don't even remember.
Yeah,
what the
I want to take
slide
some
was.
shots and go down the funnel
I know,
slide.
They
So
didn't have,
fun.
They didn't have like shots and all that kind of stuff in
Seriously.
my water park.
No, they didn't have.
That was like an adult water park, and then it was like, oh, here's this little kid spot right here. But the rest of you guys, here are the shots. Here's all the other adults. We only saw like the kids in that one little spot.
like little splashy splashy.
Yeah.
I know, it was
Cool.
amazing.
But yeah,
yeah. So
they
they were tearing it up. They were having fun, doing shots, and Kenny's like, if kids are gonna drown in this water, they don't deserve to be alive.
It's ankle deep.
It is
It's ankle deep.
so wrong.
That's good.
How is it
parenting
possible?
Right there. Good
How is it
parenting
possible?
Right there.
But I like that he invited all of the friends. You know,
Even those douchey new suburban friends that they have. Really, that wife. What is her name? Dix.
yeah.
Like she gets on my nerves. Was that really her name, or is that
that's
what?
what
It might be
April-
short for Dixie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe.
it might be.
I couldn't remember from the previous episode, but what a little biatch that one.
Well, you know, she's the responsible suburban wife.
Well, not only that, but just she got a free trip to the water park, and yet she's talking it down. Oh, your job gave you water park passes. How cute! I thought it would be like something better, like
Because they're
season
super
tickets to
snobby,
the-
preppy
Do you
couple.
know what I
Well,
mean?
first of
Like-
all, I'm sorry if he got sweet tickets to like the Laker game or something. First of all, I'm sorry, I would not be bringing the entire crew to the freaking suite at the Laker game. It would be
Right.
me, my wife, and maybe like another couple. So why would you think I'd bring your bitchy ass to this freaking game?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, just like that's horrible. Just her whole attitude
Yeah,
about it. It's
like,
like,
I
you know,
brought-
take your ass back to the house. Get out of my
Exactly.
water park.
I brought you and your bratty ass kids. Enjoy the day. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then here comes Stevie. Just celebrate, don't masturbate. Just celebrate,
God.
don't masturbate.
And he gives a toast to the love of his life.
Yes, the love of his life.
He's
We're all
so-
here because of one man, one incredible TV star, the love of my life, Kenny Powers.
He is so inappropriate.
Oh, poor Maria.
It's just progressively getting worse and worse and worse. Until finally, April's got to ask him one of the. He's like, "All right, Stevie, do you want to have sex with Kenny? Like, what's going on here?"
It's bound to happen. I mean, well, there was a moment even at the water park where I was like, is he going to grab his ass?
Oh, well, he grabbed
Oh
something.
yeah.
He
And
did
he-
grab something.
He did grab something. He's like, Kenny, you have a heart on.
Because Kenny's like checking out. He goes and like finds a little hidden stash of cigarettes or whatever he's smoking.
I think that was not a cigarette.
it was a cigarette
I think
either.
it was one of those one hitters. Where I think he was smoking
One
weed.
of those cigaweeds.
It was a cigweed.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was, having his little moment, underneath a little tunnel inside of the lazy river.
Yes.
Love those lazy rivers.
Those are the best.
Seriously, do they have a water park like that in California?
Knott's Berry?
Well, there's Hurricane Harbor, right?
Yeah, that's
I
with
think
Knott's,
so.
right?
Yeah. No, that's Six Flags.
Oh, it's Six Flags.
It's Hurricane Harbor. It's right by Six Flags.
I don't know. Well, summer's over here, so
I know.
it's too late for that.
It's gonna be 90 next week. Don't worry about it. It never gets cold here.
It's LA.
No, I miss like the river. I grew up in Austin, and we used to go like tubing down in San Marcos, which was always awesome. It's
so
I
fun.
haven't done that in years.
I'm from Massachusetts,
Anyway.
where the actual seasons existed.
Really?
yes.
I don't even know what that means.
It's a rarity out here.
Patriots did amazing today, by the way.
Yeah, they did. I was so pumped for that game.
Anyways.
Anyway, so then April's getting hammered.
Oh, my
which
goodness.
I loved because we talked about this last week about April's April is a badass,
Yes.
and we she kind of went back down. She starts. What do you call it?
Beer bonging.
Yes,
Yes.
beer bonging.
Beer bonging with some random guys that are there.
They look like college kids.
Yes, they did.
And it's funny because I think I said this in one of my predictions that they're going to be responsible parents during the week, and then on the weekends it's tackle box and pure craziness. And she needed that because she's been the one that's been holding down the fort. She's been responsible. She's been taking care of the house and paying the bills. He hasn't been working. He's been digging the pool in the backyard before sports sesh came along.
Right.
Yeah.
And working at the
I'm gonna put the
rent-a-car
pool in
place.
myself.
Yeah. With his two little worker kids.
With his little worker bees and dropping acid. So for her to sit and relax and let go, as we see the next morning, she's like, I really needed that. She needed that. Now she was getting a little too crazy, and to the point where her friend Dix was like, oh my God, you're being inappropriate. And she's like, Kenny, you need to get your
Think of the
wife.
children.
Yeah. Now I don't think it's appropriate to get that intoxicated
Not in front of your children, no.
and at a water park.
No, it's a little bit dangerous, but I get it.
With a couple other guys.
You know, but there's different adults around. Somebody will watch the kids, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, maybe in Cabo.
They got security cameras, right?
There's lifeguards, right?
Like, Kenny get a nanny.
Something.
Somebody, a babysitter, take care of the kids and then go do
Anyway,
that.
she goes to get Kenny. He goes and he's the one taking care of April.
Yeah.
Which was kind of a different turn of events.
Yeah,
'Cause
roles reversed.
Yeah, he takes her to bed, puts her to bed, and, has the kids watch G.I. Joe where he goes to the after party.
Yeah, the party in the lounge from Stevie, and
Yes.
it's the guys just down there.
Sitting at the bar.
I'm talking about how, what's the guy's name? How he forgot his password for his computer.
Oh, Gene.
Gene.
Yes.
How Gene is, it was Wake Forest. My password's Wake Forest. But I forgot I put a $ as the S. Oh.
It's one of those moments where the after party used to be at a strip club or something like that, and now it's like their dads, and it's like
Now-
that Applebee's moment.
Yeah, I was going to say, was that at TGI Fridays?
Absolutely.
They're splitting the mozzarella stick.
But then, then the times change at that point, and now they are approached by what seems to be the incestuous family.
A perfectly cast guy to play this super creepy guy who you have no idea what to make of him.
No, he looks like a Kenny Powers wannabe. And that's what was really funny. And then he has a really creepy relationship with his sister. His sister.
Yeah, his sister.
His twin sister.
Twin
Yeah.
sister. And I like how they bring the shots, and Kenny just takes both of them.
Yeah.
As if like.
I thought we were gonna that's cool.
I thought we were going to do them together, but maybe not.
But they invite him up to the party in the hotel room, and things change.
And it's like Grandma and Grandpa up there getting down.
There was a lot of odd characters in that
First of
hotel
all,
room.
I mean, I wasn't. I expected it to get a little weird because of the incestuous brother sister thing that they had going on. But then when they busted out the giant bag of Coke and Grandpa started doing the lines, and then Grandma, did you see?
What was Uncle? Was it their uncle?
Their uncle? Well, he looks like a grandfather to me. But then the old lady and the banana.
Oh
did you
my
catch
Yeah.
that?
Yes.
Oh, we did.
Yes.
We
I
did.
was like, that's just
Is that really what kind of
wrong.
goes on in Charlotte? I mean,
Yes.
is that
I
really
don't
what goes on there? I mean, this
No,
is not a
I
good
doubt it.
depiction of that.
I was ready for Gene to let loose. I wanted Gene to
I
go
know.
nuts in that part.
I thought they would.
Or was it Tall? Is that his
Tell.
name?
Tell.
Or I wanted one of them to suddenly just break free and just go crazy.
Oh no, they couldn't. I think that was the best part. Is the fact that they sat there and they spectated the entire time.
That's what was so interesting to me is I can't believe they sat there. Like, they didn't want to do drugs. They didn't want to do that. But they sat there for a long time just kind of watching.
Well, I think because Kenny wouldn't let them leave.
Well, no, they were by themselves for a while until he came over there, and then he started peer pressuring them, and then that's all of a sudden when they decided to leave. So, I don't know. It seemed that they had been there for a while.
Yeah. It was quite a crazy party. It was definitely a crazy party.
Yeah.
And finally, no, they did go to leave, and Kenny, of course, goes and chases after them, and he threatens them. He's like, look, don't you
You
dare.
better not tell everyone what we did in there.
Yeah, he's like, I will tell your wives that you slept with those girls. And then he goes and he punches Ned in the face.
Gene.
Gene in the face.
Well, because he's like, I paid for your stay here at the hotel, and Gene was like, I thought you got these from work.
And he just
Smack.
punched him in the face.
The look on his face. First of all, Kenny punching people in this season is just hilarious.
And he feels bad after. You see, his reaction was like,
Yeah.
It feels bad, and nobody seems to be getting hurt. They're just kind of stunned. It's like there's no bloody nose or anything. It's like,
They just get,
did you just punch me?
Yeah. It's like,
What just happened here?
Did that.
It's just, yeah, no, Kenny is just, he's out of control.
Yeah.
But I love it. I
Yeah.
love this Kenny. This is the Kenny Powers.
Well,
This is the baseball Kenny Powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes back to that, and we see that you kind of challenge for him because this weirdo guy's sister wants to, do some inappropriate things with him, and
He was told by the twin brother.
yeah, which is creepy in itself. I mean, who does that?
I mean,
Those guys.
Ew, it's not okay.
It is-
no bueno. It's
Yeah.
not okay.
It is one thing to, no, it's just inappropriate.
No, there's no way to rationalize
No,
that
there's no
out.
rationalizing. And I'm sorry. I would never say to my brother, hey, by the way, I want to go lick that guy's balls.
Can you tell him, please?
Yes. Like, can you go over there and tell that guy I want to lick him and blow him? Like, no.
Well, clearly you're not very close with your family.
No.
Apparently.
I mean, I might say to my brother, hey, he's hot. Can you,
Go get his number for it. Find out if he's got a girlfriend, maybe. If even that. But that still in itself is like weird. I would never try to get no. No.
I have like guy friends that are wingmen. I don't need my brother to be my wingman.
Right. It's not okay. No. So he tells Kenny that she, all these things that she wants to do, and he thinks about it. They all go swimming back in the.
Break into the pool.
They break into the pool, and he has this little flirtation with her, and then he's like, no, I'm sorry, I have a wife, I have a family.
She kisses him.
Yeah, they actually kissed, and and then he says no. He had to get a little something, I guess, and then say no.
Well, he kind of pushed her away a little bit after.
A little, yeah.
Just like, he's not throwing her.
He kissed her like 3 times, and then he pushed her away.
Was it 3? I thought it was just like one, like.
No, it was more than once. It was like, a couple in that little.
I'll compromise and say it was twice.
Okay. All right, I'll buy what both of you are selling. But, I think the reason why he let her kiss him for ego purposes, like,
absolutely.
I've still got it.
Yeah.
I've still got it. But then the satisfaction of saying, no, I have the wife and I have the kids and a family and I'm just not going to go there. You could see that her ego was bruised. She, kind of holds herself and,
but then, like, her response is, I can't even, just, a little bit. Or,
she's like, I can't even lick it.
I can't even lick it.
And he's like, no, I can't be in your mouth at all.
No, I am banning myself from your mouth.
Then the security
There's like a yellow
comes.
caution tape over the mouth.
Security comes as Stevie's dancing around and talking about how he feels like he's inside of a rainbow. He's so coked out. He's just nuts. In his underwear dancing around.
But then with the cops and they're chasing him, he's just screaming, Kenny the cops, Kenny the cops.
It's not even
And then the brother is like butt naked.
I did not need to see all of
completely
that.
naked.
That was horrible.
That happened.
Horrible.
It did happen. And they go and they get dressed. They're running through the hallways and they all go their separate ways. Now, of course, Kenny jumps into bed and he says his little prayer and he says, God, should I go get my dick sucked? And
To put it bluntly, yes.
And Toby hears him.
We see little Toby's eyes wide open and he hears him. And this is where I think little Toby he's going to say something. I think he's going to say something. And that, I don't know, maybe save this for predictions. I don't know.
Yeah, let's save that.
Save it for a few minutes.
Okay.
So he says his little prayer and he decides he's going to go. So he goes back to the room and this time she tells him no.
And she seems like a completely different person. She seems like, hey, oh, no, thank you. I'm okay.
Yeah.
No, you were right before. Have a good night.
What do you think that's all about?
The drugs wore off?
That and, she got rejected. So now it's like that he thought about it to come back. Screw you, dude. No,
I think there's something else with it. I think there's some type of hidden, again, this kind of prediction, like paparazzi or some type of deal. There's
right?
something iffy, weird with them.
Like a setup or something?
Yeah.
They were pretty odd. So I don't know. Seems
They
like
were
there should
very
be
odd.
Something a little extra there. I don't know. We'll see. But it was, disappointing to see him go back and do that. And then in the morning when April wakes up and is talking about thank you for this, I needed this and all of that, he seems bummed out that he didn't do it. Not relieved that he didn't. To me, he kind of seemed bummed out that nothing bad happened. Because he says nothing bad happened, nothing at all.
I kind of disagree with you. I think he was feeling guilty of himself. Because all of a sudden, because she was asking him, did I do anything stupid? Did I do anything bad? And he was like, no, nothing bad happened at all. But just like kind of the look on his face was just like, nothing bad happened because now I have to refrain from telling you that I went to this party with these crazy people, did cocaine, ran around the pool, and then tried to go up to the girl to get oral sex.
I don't think that I don't think that he would care or she would care that he did coke.
No, she wouldn't care that he went. She wouldn't care that he went to party. It just was the cheating, obviously.
Yeah, it'd be the cheating.
But I still think that he was. I don't think he felt guilty. I think he was kind of bummed that nothing bad happened. Yeah. Because he's used to bad things happening. That's the after party of his life, and I think it's the struggle maybe. That can he be okay with nothing bad happening?
The realization.
Because he couldn't just let it go. He couldn't just go to bed that night. He had to go back. He had to go back for it even after he already said no. That's the struggle that we're seeing with him.
Yeah, it's the realization that things have now changed. Things are different. It's not the Kenny Powers that he used to be.
Nope.
Honey, that's reality.
Yep.
He's growing up.
Oh, snap.
Yep. And we see Stevie trying to kiss, caress, and attend to Maria.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And he says it.
He
Kiss,
said-
caress, and attend.
No,
He's chanting it.
But then after that, he's like, I can't. I did too much coke tonight.
And her reaction is just priceless.
Yeah.
Priceless.
It's just like, shit.
Yeah. Well, it was a little bit more than that,
Yeah.
but you know. But even though this is a vulgar show, we still are ladies. And we try to be. We try to be.
And this is and this is quite a vulgar AFTERBUZZ.
It really is. It's Eastbound and Down.
I'm sorry, my other shows that I do, I mean, even pro wrestling, it's TVPG. I refrain from swearing, ladies.
We are quoting the show. So
That's true.
We get
That's
away with
true.
it. We're quoting the show.
This is
So.
HBO's Eastbound and Down, and we just roll with it.
Yeah.
All right.
We
Yeah,
roll with
yeah.
it.
I'm the new guy with this one, so I got to get used to letting my guard down, maybe.
We can have a little fun.
Just a little. Just a little.
But yeah, you know,
Next week, I'll just swear up a storm or something.
it'll be interesting to see what happens now with when they get back to reality, which
Right.
is, you know, back home and you know, with back to Sports Sesh.
Sports session.
see how he does.
I can't believe ESPN didn't come up with that name. That's such a great name for a
such a
show.
great name. It
It's
really
such a
is.
great name for a
Yeah.
show.
I wonder if they'll let him buy it off. It could be the next show.
Why
That'd
not?
be a spin-off for HBO with Ken Marino. That
And
would
let
be
him host
amazing.
it. Let Kenny Powers host
Yes,
it.
that
I
would be
love
amazing.
Ken Marino.
I love Ken Marino too. He's such a great addition. We like gushed about it for the last couple episodes, but it's such a great addition. And you know, I'm excited for the other guest stars coming up too. It should be some good times.
Awesome. Well,
So
shall
we'll
we get
see.
to a little bit of news?
Well, let's just do predictions.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll just do predictions.
Predictions.
Why not?
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Christian.
We'll let you go first since you're the newbie.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm predicting based on what we saw with the gift baskets, because he made a big deal to Stevie that he could not read his screenplay. He wanted Guy to be the first one because he's the one with the session. But didn't Guy play baseball with Kenny? Correct? Yeah, he's going to redo that screenplay and make it about himself.
Because he doesn't have his NDs ready yet, his non-disclosures. His lawyer's still drawing them up.
Exactly. He doesn't have any non-disclosures. He's going to alter the script a little bit and then try to make the story all about him and completely steal his movie.
Ooh, that's
Great
a good one.
prediction.
That's
That's what I'm here for. This is why I came to this show. I'm done.
Great prediction.
I'm done.
Great prediction.
Ooh, okay.
I like that.
Mic dropped. All right.
Kelly.
Oh, well, I think Toby's going to cause a little bit of havoc between April and Kenny for sure about what he
Yep.
overheard. I'm just waiting for that. There's already some animosity. I want to see a little bit more from him. I kind of just want to see what Kenny's going to do about it.
And you?
Oh, so many things.
So many
I'm like
choices.
definitely digging what you got going on. I agree with you on that whole Toby situation. I think that Kenny is definitely going to be torn between the life that he used to have and the life that he leads now. It'll be interesting. I wonder if I think he may cheat. I think he might cheat on April. I think that Guy may actually bring a balance to him as far as keeping it like almost like a balloon, like, you know,
pulling him down a
pull him
little bit.
down. Like, here, this is reality. You're not who you used to be. I'm, you know, the head guy here, and you definitely, I agree with you with the stealing of the script. Like,
Well, I think there's going to be some competition between those two as well with the charity thing that we saw just from the previews for next episode.
Oh, yeah.
That I think Kenny might get a little bit not too competitive, but a little bit more competitive with him. Because, you know, once Kenny gets in that mindset, he's the best at everything and there's nobody better than him ever at anything. And so I think that may have...
with that being said, too, I also feel that when it comes to that, he doesn't really know how to do it right. So I think there's going to be a big struggle because it's like, you know, Guy has the AIDS charity
Why
event.
can't I have AIDS? Guy has AIDS.
He's got
Yeah.
AIDS. He's so lucky.
But he's like, you know, he's got like a little baseball team, which isn't a bad thing.
But
you
we'll
know.
see what he does with it. Maybe he surprises us and it turns into something
And they
great.
win the Little League World Series.
Maybe.
It'll be interesting to find out what happens
Yes.
as the next few episodes come about.
Yeah.
So that's it for us tonight here on AfterBuzz Eastbound and Down. Where can they find you guys? Christian?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at CRosieVOC. And if you want to check me out and doing other shows, I do The Voice, Monday nights, 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern, and WWE Friday Night SmackDown, Fridays at 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern.
Fabulous.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kellie with an IE079.
You can find me on Twitter at Miriam Gonzalez. And this is it for us. Until next time, we'll see you next Sunday.
Next week.
There you go.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.